Welcome back. This is still the Lady Circle, and if you just joined us, you're at the right place, definitely at the right time, because we're about to get into a very interesting topic. And once our guest right here, she has so many years of acting, you know, in her cap, and so it is definitely right to talk about her experience, how the industry has treated her, why she even got into acting in the first place. I'm sure she's spoken about this, you know, a couple of times, but we still have to get into it. And in our space, in this country, when it comes to the arts and being a lady, being in this field, it comes with a lot of challenges. It comes to a point where you sometimes do not even want to be in this space anymore because sometimes the backlash, sometimes the difficulty, sometimes you're made to feel as if you are not even worthy to be in this space. And so we'll be finding out from her as an actress with, is it 20 years, 15 years?
2007.
Wow.
Math teachers.
Which class was that in? Because, you know, Beverly,
2007, yes.
you know, I think the time I saw you, it was this action movie, be like that. You were playing the role of like an...
Okay, I wore a police uniform.
Yes. I've forgotten the title of the movie. Yeah, that was the time I saw you in a movie, and you've been consistent. You've been at it from 2007, and if we are still mentioning, 16 years. Yeah, math teacher. Director said 16 years. Wow, me tiffy me age one.
Wow.
Jaisa.
Sika, how old were you?
Tiffy me age, I'm like 5.
Well, that's impressive, you know, but you still look like our sister. You've been very consistent and you've protected your brand in a very beautiful way, I should say. If we're talking about some of the top actresses who do not have any scandals, no any, you know, skirmishes and all of that. Very beautiful role model. But one may ask, why did Beverly decide to get into the movie industry? Why acting? You're good at it, we know, but which other reasons?
I wanted to be like Rita Dominic.
Did you?
Wow. I was watching her on TV constantly, and I love dressing up since forever. When you see my pictures from even secondary school, people are like, are you sure you were still in SS at that time? Or because some of the clothes I used to wear, my sister used to own a boutique. So like all the clothes coming from America at the time, I'll always have them, because I'll wear them and pay them at my own pace. So I always look good. So I love to see Rita, and she looked so good. And I said, I want people to see me dressing up like this. And the combination at the time, the shirt has to match with the shoes. And, you know, it was so good. So I just wanted to be like her. I remember the first time I met her in Lagos. Oh my God, I had goosebumps. I wanted to go sit and take a picture. It was so crazy. So just wanting to be like her, I met Roger Corte, who was a family friend, and he said, you have to go through auditions. So the auditions were taking years, and it felt like a family to me, just going for auditions and meeting people who want to be in the same space as you are. We created a family. It was just fun. But it was just not happening for us, because that time, you need to be a half-caste. Yes, it was just Jackie. Aside Jackie, you have to be a half-caste, really.
Why?
Yes.
Like, you have to be fair.
You have to be fair. You have to be proper fair, half-caste. You can't be dark, and you won't get that chance. Seriously.
So was it a situation where a light-skinned person was just considered more TV-friendly?
Yes,
than
TV-friendly than a dark-skinned person. So it was difficult, but we were just having fun, trying to know everybody. Rosalind, Ngisa, Gloria Sesafo, we were all in the space. Then Yvonne Nelson, Yvonne Okoro, we all go for auditions and we drive home together and all that. So it was fun. Then I felt like, no, I need to take a detour or something so that I'll find my way back. So I met Pakwesi Akom of TV3, X, right? Yeah. So Pakwesi started training me in the studio to be a presenter. Then I started presenting. I got the chance to be on live TV on Music.
Really?
I presented it 3 times.
You hosted Music?
Yes, I presented it 3 times. I hosted it 3 times. When Stacey was going to have Callista. So yes, I got the chance before Josie came.
Oh, then you're family then.
I would
love Josie.
I would actually love to see Beverly do a little something, you know, music right now. Like if she was hosting music. Oh, Beverly, do something.
I can't remember. So I did it like 3 times, 2 or 3 times, yes. Then I was trying to get back into movie though, but this was just training grounds for me to be comfortable with people, crowd, and all that. Then I got a chance to present other shows on other TV stations, Metro and stuff. Then I think that took me like almost 2 years before I got the chance to have my first movie in 2007.
Wow.
Wow.
What a
impressive.
journey.
Very impressive. But how have you managed to, you know, be a mom, be a wife, have a beautiful career? You're a businesswoman as well. And like little to no scandals. We don't see Beverly try to dress in a certain way to get attention or do anything on social media
It's hectic.
get any of those things. But we still see you in the movies. We still see you do your stuff. You're
think-
flourishing.
Thank you. I think at the time we started, it wasn't about trying to pull yourself out there in terms of being naked or scandals to get you there. It wasn't that easy. You can have scandals. If you're not careful, people will actually not watch your movie because you have scandals. Yes, when we started, it's not like now.
Now where the scandal is really what will get people
exactly
to watch you.
Exactly. It wasn't like that. Where I find myself right now is I'm too busy. I'm too busy for scandals and trying to get into a space that I'm not supposed to be or it's not giving me money. Because right now I select my movies. I mean, I'm not trying to get a name anymore.
Yeah.
I might not be Genevieve, but if you mention A-list actors, you will mention Beverly.
Beverly,
Afaglo.
right.
You understand?
You're Afaglo.
So I feel like if I have a script, the script has to take me a step further. Or the money has to be good because I'm working on the side, I'm making money. Movies are churning out, but it has to be particular movies that feature into because it's not even easy to approach some of us. Some of the producers can't even produce movies and want some of us in it. They want us, but maybe they can't afford us, or maybe they know that this script, I won't be interested because where is it taking me to? I have to go a step higher.
Yeah. I think that's a great segue to actually ask you whether you are happy with the evolution of the industry and where it's gotten from when you started.
It's a heavy...
Very loaded.
The industry in general, yes, I'm happy where we are because now everybody has a price, right? You can say your price. Before, it was more of talent. You are, and it was more of talent, it's more of passion because half the time, my 2 kids that I've had, when I even go off, because of the passion, I'm so eager to come back. I'm so eager to come back because I miss the screen. I miss people asking what's going on with you and all that. I miss that. But now we have our own TV in the sense of social media.
Yeah.
Right.
Anything you put out there, people will see it. So it's positive in that light. But on the negative, it makes people feel like they've arrived overnight. Exactly. So somebody will just pick up a phone and do a few things and trend, and the next thing you will put her here, and she'll feel like she's my classmate.
Hey. Oh, this is shots fired. I was about to say, I like this. Shots fired. But I want to ask a question then, because I hear from some of our OGs. They say right now we have the advent of things like TikTok and the rest, and it's churning out stars. Does that make you feel a type of way, especially talking about where you've come from, the old school where you had to queue and line up and audition? Do you think that because that element is missing, maybe some of our young ones are taking it?
We still
audition. You still audition.
You still audition.
Yeah.
You still audition, yes.
So that
sometimes
culture
not
still
to the
exists.
crowd, one-on-one, you still audition.
Okay.
Very good movies, you still audition.
So that culture is still there. Those that are passionate about it are still doing the sort of the natural progression. Does it worry you that we have a generation of, let's say, maybe TikTok stars where for whatever reason, they do 1 or 2 things and they blow? Or do you think that there's space for everybody?
Of course, there's space for everybody, really. There's space for everybody, but what do they call them, Gen Zs?
Gen Z, yeah.
I think for a minute, sometimes I feel they don't respect people ahead of them. That's the point. But there are celebrities and there are popular people. There's a difference between popular people and celebrities. You can be an influencer, you can be popular, but you can't call yourself a celebrity. what are we celebrating you for? As what?
Ooh. Yes.
Wow.
You understand?
But Beverly, what if somebody interprets that as jealousy or resentment? Does it bother you that someone...
I don't think Beverly cares.
I know, to be honest, before I even learn, I think Beverly has given me the answer. But I think you know where I'm coming from.
Yes,
because
yes,
I can imagine if I was an old school seasoned actor or actress, maybe I don't wish anybody bad, but I might have that thing in my stomach like, hey, some of us, we really had to struggle for this. I mean, and you can be as honest as possible. Other times where you think, Charlie, yeah, brother.
Yeah, I know, right?
But not the same.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're respected, it doesn't matter who is coming.
Yeah.
We'll all have a space, right? Okay, you have your chair waiting for you. I have my chair waiting for me.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter that you are the one trending on TikTok or whatever, but I just want them to respect people who paved the way for them, people who did the platform before you were building on it. Yeah. Because there are times and seasons, so all this will pass. Another thing is coming. Another generation is coming to do something else. And if you don't respect people you came to meet, how do you expect them to respect you?
Yes.
I love that.
I really do love. At what point, Beverly, did you think, I've made it?
When they started calling my name on the street, really.
Yeah.
Because I realized in showbiz, it's steps, or maybe in acting, I should put it that way. It starts from, I think I've seen you somewhere.
Yeah.
I think they are not sure, they go. Then the next thing is maybe a character in the movie, maybe Ajua. Ajua, I love that movie. They are seeing me.
Yeah.
Then the next thing, somebody will actually scream your name, Afaglo! And you're like, is that my classmate? Yeah. I love your movies. You know my surname. You know that feeling, then you know that, yes, I've arrived.
Yeah.
But, until then, it's gradual.
Yeah.
Some of us, our names are very difficult. Beverly, I mean, it's not everybody who can mention Beverly, so sometimes it's very difficult.
Hey,
you know
my Ashanti people.
That's
what directed to us.
So it makes it difficult, but when they start mentioning your name, when doors start opening onto you, when you get invitations that president wants to see you, you're going to see Asante Hene.
Yeah.
We have
Which school
arrived.
did I go? Who am I?
Yeah.
You know, then you know that, yes, doors are opening onto you, that God has done it.
We're still at the, your face looks familiar.
Yeah.
We're still there, right? We're working our way.
I mean, listen, not to talk much, but they are mentioning my last name. So I'm on the second tier or so. Only a matter of time.
Yeah. We beg you.
Calm me down.
Sorry.
I think we should just move to another part of the conversation. And in this industry, I mean, life in general, women are sometimes held to very unrealistic standards. And recently, I mean, in the news, very popular young lady, Black China. We woke up and it was all over the news that she's baptized, she's taken out her fillers, she's turned over a new leaf, and she's even changed her name.
She's taken off a tattoo as well that had demonic significance. Yeah.
Everything. And so she's a totally different person now. But like I mentioned earlier, women were held to some unrealistic standards. Has any of that gotten to you at any point, Beverly?
I think because they expect that is a man's world, even in the Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's when you read the Bible, it's always men, men, men. Islam is the same. I think the only woman that is very relevant in Islam is Muhammad's mother. And I understand she was mentioned twice. Even Mary even came in the Quran more than Muhammad's mother. Right. So it's men from time immemorial. So I feel like when we try to do something, they are trying to stop us. That's why they give us that unrealistic standards.
Who's the they?
Can you? They.
Who's the they?
We, the women.
We stop ourselves.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. Unfortunately, can she do it? Will she do it? Just because you can do it doesn't mean somebody cannot do it. Because we are the people talking.
I mean, it's interesting. Whenever we have these discussions, a lot of women will say, well, I've experienced that kind of cattiness or backbiting. I've thankfully been fortunate to typically only be surrounded by
nice people.
By nice
Me
ladies
too.
who really want the best for me and want me to succeed. But that doesn't take away from the number of stories I've heard where people have been held back by women.
Yes.
Yeah.
Social media will tell you something else. If you're happy to be surrounded by good people, yes, blessed.
Yeah.
I have great friends. I don't have a lot of friends, but I have great friends. I have sisters, family that are great. They push you. They like go all the way. My husband is very supportive. You want to do this? I know you failed before, but do it again. You can do it, you know. So the support is there, but where we find ourselves, like in the limelight on social media, they're going to pull you down. That's where you see that people are really pushing us to the limit. They want us to do extra.
Yeah.
Whilst even a man doing the same thing as you're doing might not have gotten to where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's interesting
that's
how,
just
as women, we're so eager and we easily follow trends. And the people who decide that, no, I'm not going to be a subject or fall victim to the trend, whether it's beauty, whatever it is, are the ones that are actually ridiculed. In fact, there was a documentary on YouTube where the commentator was saying, all women are starting to look alike, because as soon as one woman is said or says this is the beauty standard, or they say, oh, this is what's beautiful, you just see a lot of women just following suit. It's very sheep mentality when it comes to women.
True.
It's interesting how someone like Lizzo, I know she's had so many, she preaches body positivity, right? But you have a lot of people saying, no, you're not beautiful, you're ugly, you're unhealthy, whatever. But it would be nice for women to speak and stay in their truth and say, this is what someone says is beautiful, but no, I'm not going to follow suit.
Follow suit, exactly.
I'm not going to go and get fillers. I'm not going to go and do you understand what I'm saying? And this, as I am, is actually beautiful. I think if we were all able to stand in that truth, then we wouldn't have a lot of people putting that much pressure on us, especially through social media. Where it's like, oh no, everybody is unique. And everybody's beautiful, so let's celebrate that uniqueness.
Exactly.
I'm not saying when you're unhealthy is a good thing, but if somebody's brave enough to say, I will not follow the trend. This is my beauty and I'm sticking to it, I think that's actually more powerful.
Even we should look at our body shape, our body types, and know what to wear. Sometimes people wear the wrong clothing and you're like, because this is what's in vogue, you're wearing it. We should follow the truth that this is me. Can I just follow that line and I'll feel better. I don't know. Yeah, so what you're saying is very true.
I mean, I think with also, see, when you talk about the sheep mentality, I think also because a certain type of body type or beauty trend also comes with it social capital, and like I always say, capital, money. So people recognize that, hey, this lady with this shape, because she has this shape, seems like she's getting attention or she's getting all of the endorsements. Beverly, for example, you talk about back in the day, if you were not light-skinned or, you know, of mixed race or mixed race descent or whatever the case may be, you might not get the roles. So you'll find that it's really a means of survival. Somebody will then go and start bleaching because really that means that then I'll get a role, then I'll get paid. Sometimes it's a matter of survival, not because they really want to, but they know that this is what is selling. If they say they want light skin, so let me be light skinned, also get a chance, also get paid. So some of those barriers we're seeing are being lifted a lot, but a lot more has to be done to kind of open up that space and make more things beautiful in societies.
I think it's about time. I think it's about time that people who are women who are a bit different from other women. Most women look alike, not the same way, but we might dress alike or something, or have the same body shape. Like when you look at most women, they'll be doing 12 and 14 size, or they'll be doing 40, 39, whatever, 40.
39, 40 shoes.
So if you're different from these groups, I think you should be able to stand out and portray something that people who are like you will be able to emulate. Because if, like, for instance, this singer, Ghanaian singer, Lion, she's always rowing. Riala is beautiful.
I was going to say Wahala. Yes.
She's beautiful. She's different.
Yeah.
And now she's portraying something that people can look up to, that she's done, or she's told this line and she's been able to be successful at it. So we should look at her. The plus size woman should be able to stand out and speak up and show off so that people will know that you're actually confident. Look at Lydia Forson. I love her. She's not plus, but where she is, it's not the regular. But she is confident and she's beautiful. So I think she's been able to put a lot of women in her space and they're confident in their skin now. So we should be able to lead people our line. Yes, I think so.
It takes a little bit of bravery as well as just persistence.
But Beverly, for, I mean, an actress of your caliber, which advice will you give to young people? Because now we see a lot of them, once they're making skits on social media, posting stuff, a few nice pictures here and there, they just want to, you know, have that overnight success. They do not want to go through the mill. They feel it will happen, you know, in just a matter of 1 year, some months. I mean, get a few influencing gigs here and there, and then that's it for them. What advice will you give to the young ladies especially who want to venture into acting?
Don't bend. Don't bend. Because I always told people coming up in acting, if a director wants to sleep with you, a producer wants to sleep with you, and you sleep with that producer or that director, even if he's Mel Gibson, he's not the only producer in Ghana. So that means if Mel doesn't produce, you're not working. So let us see the talent in you. Pursue it, push forward. Take your time, get a job. Because if you have a job on the side and your talent is on the side, one day you get there and you might not need the job again. Now it's acting all the way. But for now, when you start, because something needs to support and push you so you don't bend, get a job on the side and keep pushing. You get there someday.
Yeah, that's some good advice. Don't bend.
But does that mean, but now that you have all these businesses on the side, does that mean necessarily that maybe acting now isn't bringing in, you know, the highest revenue that it used to bring in? Because being on set, I know sometimes I have like 6 a.m. calls. I'm there till midnight. You know how it is, you know, and then it's a consistent thing that happens all the time. But now, like you said, you do have time. You have, well, not time, but you're bending and going into, not bending, a different kind of bend. A different kind of bend, but you know, you have started different things that are taking up your time.
Actually, I'm a type, I always create something when I'm bored. So the moment I see that acting is not consistent, then I have to find something. And I found my way here and I'm loving it. So the thing is, there is time for everybody. You won't be number one forever, no matter how much people love you. They won't love you less, I don't think so, but somebody will come, somebody will take over, somebody younger, somebody prettier, somebody handsome, so will take over. And when they take over, the same people who are calling you will not consistently call you. So if you're doing just 3, 4 movies in a year, I don't think it's enough to pay your bills. No. So when people actually say we are not paid well, we are paid well, but it's not salary work, so it's not every day. Yeah. It's not every month. So I get maybe a job for 10,000 this month. It's going to take me another 3 months or 4 months before I get another. Can I survive on that? Regular people might be able to survive on that, but we won't. You call me for an interview, I need to look good. Yeah. I need to go on radio, fuel here and there. I can't sit on in a church for people to look down on me. Not that people in church are bad, but they see you in a way. The moment, exactly, the moment you're on TV. So you have to keep that level. So keeping your brand and maintaining your brand is expensive. That's right. So that's how come our monies are not enough for us. So you have to get into something so that the other people who are coming to enjoy the money, they will enjoy, and somebody will push them away as well.
I'm so happy that you're keeping it all the way real. And we have more realness for you with Beverly here on the Lady Circle. Grab yourself some snack and we'll be right back.